The Celtics had lost 5 of 6 heading to Golden State last night. And before the game, Jaylen Brown called the environment around the team, quote, toxic. But they put all of that aside and handed the Warriors their worst home loss ever under Steve Kerr. Boogie Cousins was clearly frustrated, got a technical in the fourth quarter, and Gordon Hayward had one of his best games of the year with 30 points for Boston. After the game, Kyrie Irving talked about the Celtics' much-needed win. Take a listen.
Helped us out. We needed it. We needed it. It was just, we were going to get to a point where we were just going to get tired of, fighting each other, fighting in, the outside world, and it doesn't really matter. So we just want to come out here and just play basketball. This is our sanctuary, and we have to do everything to protect it. We can't let anybody infiltrate this. So it's my job to show these guys what it's like to be at that type of level on a consistent basis. And, with my attitude and with my effort and being able to give confidence to these guys, it's just as important as, me, being who I'm supposed to be. So as long as my teammates are feeling good, then, we're in a good place.
Okay, Shannon, was last night more about the Celtics or Warriors?
Warriors. Skip, they're going through the motion. It was a bad night. Clay didn't play, I think, for the second or third game. He's their best on-ball defender. Kevin Durant's not going to shoot 5 for 16. This is their 5th 20-point home loss this year. In the Steve Kerr era prior to this year, they'd only had 2 such losses. I'm not overly concerned with the Warriors, Skip, because if you remember, they lost 7 of the last 10 last season. They had some injuries. Steph Curry missed some time. KD missed some time. I'm not worried about them. I still believe the biggest threat to them is the Houston Rockets. We're going to talk about that a little later. And here's what. This is the thing I'm not going to buy about the Celtics. So what am I supposed to do? Am I going to believe that Gordon Hayward's going to give me 36 and 3 on a nightly basis? Because remember, he had about 25 in his previous 5 or 6 games. Mm-hmm. So is this what I'm going to get from Gordon Hayward on a regular basis? No, I don't believe so. They're still trying to figure this thing out with Boogie Cousins. Boogie is a liability on defense, Skip. Because if you look at it last night, they kept him in the pick and roll. That's all they did. He's really the only big that they have. Mm-hmm. This is why they're interested in signing Bogut. Because if Boogie gets in foul trouble, he goes to the bench. Got to bring in Kevin Looney, Joik Bell. Really? Mm-hmm. So I'm not overly concerned with them, Skip. They get Clay back. They'll be fine. Steph played okay last night, but KD had an off night. KD was 5 or 16, minus 20. Everybody was minus 20. But the concerning thing from me, Skip, and it's been getting progressively worse as the years have gone by, their bench is bad now. Their bench used to be really, really good because they could come at you with Livingston. They could come at you with Iguodala. You remember when Barbosa was there, they had the Brazilian blur. Mm-hmm. Skip, their bench was everybody minus, Joik Bell, Jordan Bell, minus 17, minus 26, minus 17, minus 12, minus 13. Where when they had leads, the starters would lead the game with a lead, the bench would expand on it. If the starters left with a lead, behind, the bench would come in and cut into it, maybe even have the lead when the starters return. They're not there, Skip. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to believe the Celtics are cured? Just earlier in the day, Jaylen Brown said the environment was toxic. Mm-hmm. So after one game, now all is forgiven, all is well. And, Gordon Hayward said, we needed that long pass, right? Well, damn, they've been driving the bus? So is this their first trip, Skip? I just need to know, is this their first time on a plane this year? They've been traveling
fly cross country, figure out your problem.
So I guess they've been on trains and automobiles prior to taking this.
If I know this group, they didn't say a word to each other the whole flight. Yeah. They all had their headphones on.
How do I go from toxic to singing Kumbaya all in 24 hours? Mm-hmm. No, Skip, this was about the Warriors. You know that. I know that.
I do know that. This is all about the Warriors. And yet, to your point, you don't have Clay last night. There's no Sean Livingston last night. There's no Kevon Looney last night. And Iggy and McKinney had injury. They're hampered by injuries and were iffy for the game. But to your point, you want to talk about an alarming trend for a defending champ? When you have 5 home losses by 20+, and those are Boston last night by 33, the Thunder won by 28 there. The Lakers, as we remember, it was the last we saw of the good LeBron Lakers. Right. They won by 26 on Christmas Day. Milwaukee won by 23. These are all at Golden State. Right. And Toronto won by 20. That's just wrong. Mm-hmm. That's bad sign. That shows you this team has a new factor. Bad sign. And remember, this Boston team came in off the Houston debacle loss, where they shot 8 for 28 from three-point, including 1 for 13 in the first half against Houston on Sunday. And then look what they did last night, 14 to 34. And Steve Kerr called out his team and said, we were jogging back on defense. And in this league, said Steve Kerr, you cannot jog.
No.
You have to run. You have to cut hard on offense. You have to make your cuts. And they just weren't into it. Did they not take Boston seriously enough? It's possible, but they just thought they could mail this one in and get away with it.
Yeah. Are we there yet?
Yeah.
When you've been to as many finals as they had they won the last 2 finals, they're like, let's just get to the playoffs, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see. Yeah, we'll lose a game. Yeah, we'll lose a game here or there. But let me ask you this. And they're asking, do you believe there's another team out there can beat us 4 times in 2 weeks? Because we don't. Draymond is not the Draymond. Maybe he's injured skill, but Draymond is playing awful. He's playing terrible. Maybe he has an injury. Maybe the situation where he and KD is still on his mind because KD leaves, everybody's going to blame Draymond.
I agree.
Boogie is good off. Boogie is still not healthy. I mean, that was a severe injury for a man his size. He's terrible at defense. Boogie's always played terrible at defense. So now they just keep him in the pick and roll. So what's he going to do? Is he going to show? He going to sink? What is he going to do?
I love DeMarcus, and I said before that draft he's better than John Wall, but he doesn't have defense in his DNA.
No.
It's just not in him to do it. He tries, but it's just not his thing.
No.
And that's why they desperately reached out to Australia for 37-year-old Bogut, because he will defend at a high level. He's a rim protector.
Yes.
So they're thinking, gee, we might end up being better off with Bogut going into our biggest games and certainly into the postseason.
Well, the stats say that they're better with Boogie off the court.
Yeah.
But he gives you so much firepower offensively. He can rebound the basketball because they're not a very good rebounding team. But you don't need to rebound the team when the ball going through the net, swishing every other shot.
You know, he might end up being icing on a cake that already had thick icing, right? Like it's already, they didn't need the scoring.
Right.
They need more toughness and rebounding.
Right.
And Draymond's not providing as much toughness in the paint as he used to.
Yeah, I just don't believe Kevin Durant's going to shoot 5 for 16 on a regular basis, go 0 for 5.
He wasn't into it. And now this team has to wonder, is he into it at all? Is he mentally checking out? Is he somewhere else? Is he here or there in his mind other than Golden State?
Well, how many more times, Skip, what they have, 17, 18 games? How many more games? Okay, they're 44, and okay, they got 18 games, 44 and 20. How many more games you think this year of the 18, they will shoot 40% from the field and 23% from the three-point line?
Well, they live and die from that three-point line. And as you said, 23%, that they'll probably lose those games.
If you let the team shoot 41%.
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to lose. You let the team shoot 51% from the floor. Yeah, you're going to lose. Yeah, absolutely going to lose.
And by the way, I thought Kevin Durant took a little shot back at Steve Kerr, because Kerr had a quote after the game. It starts with a passion and anger and intensity, and it wasn't there tonight. Like he's saying, winning basketball at this level takes passion, anger, and intensity. And Kevin fired back that, I'm paraphrasing his quote, but he said, I thought it was about joy, because the buzzword from Kerr has always been, we have to play with joy.
Right.
So he says, now we're supposed to play with anger? Well, maybe Kevin's saying, I'm getting tired. His speeches are wearing out for me.
Right.
I'm not listening. I'm not hearing what he's saying anymore, right?
And the Celtics bench were unbelievable. They got 64 points. Now, their bench is 10th in scoring. You going to get this on a nightly basis, Skip? Now, if you tell me this is what it's going to be, okay, I don't even need 30. If you're going to tell me Gordon Hayward's going to give me, say, 15 consistently off the bench.
Yep.
Okay, then I might, okay, Celtics might be for real. Jaylen Brown has been pretty good all year. He just believes he's a starter. I mean, did y'all see what I did last year, that last stretch, and in the playoffs? I need to be starting more. But no, this is all Golden State. They're like, are we there yet? Wake me up when the playoffs start.
Yeah, Gordon Hayward scored more points last night than he did in the previous 5 games combined.
Yes.
Ooh.
And then he did a soul-searching interview with Jackie McMullen, which was up on ESPN.com yesterday. And I think it's like an unburdening, like a release of all your innermost demons and thoughts. I'm just not a fan, but I wasn't before the draft.
Right.
I just didn't love him, and I was astounded at the money that Boston threw at him because everybody was.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. Boston had to throw that money. They wanted him.
Miami, a lot of people wanted him.
Utah wanted him.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I just don't see at the 3 position. He's probably the 10th, maybe 12th now. Yeah. And after the injury, might not even be top 15.
I wouldn't.
He's way down there because you got to go past a lot of threes from Paul George to LeBron to KD to Kawhi before you even think about reaching him.
Yep. Can he give you this once in a blue moon? Maybe a blue moon.
Yeah. Is that a rare sort of
green
yeah,
moon.
exactly. I was gonna say blues apple to color, blue moon. That's a song. Wasn't that a song, Skip? I mean, you would know better though.
Yeah, I could.
No, I
know
don't go
it.
back as far.
Yeah, you do.
I
Blue
don't.
Moon. I know that song even. It was in Greece.
Yeah, you strike me as a
Yeah.
I know
strike me as
Greece.
a Elvis Presley.
No, I am not.
Now I'm the one who
I'm
knows
not.
music around
You're
here.
the country
That's a
fan.
first.
I'm not.
No.
That is
I'm
the first.
from the country.
I
I'm not a country
don't
fan.
like country music.
Once in a while. It depends what you're doing, but it can be fun. Well, it's too bad the Lakers don't have a long commute to figure out some of their issues before their home game tonight. They are trying to keep their slim playoff hopes alive tonight against the Nuggets. LA has lost 3 in a row and are 5.5 games out of a playoff spot. But despite